Hey everyone, John here, and I've got a story so twisted it'll grab you tight, you won't shake it loose. Picture a little trailer park in Thibodaux, Louisiana on January 9th, 1964, and that's where Ronald Joseph Dominique comes into the world. He's the youngest of six kids growing up poor, and his parents are working hard as laborers. Life's tough in the Bayou, and Ronald's not blending in. He's shy, a bit different, and folks later say he's teased for being soft spoken and gentle. So he stays low, sings in the school choir, and helps neighbors with groceries or yard work. Seems like a good kid, doesn't it? But things change when he's older. In the 80s and early 90s, he's living around Houma, Louisiana, just 15 miles from Thibodaux, and he's picking up small trouble, traffic tickets, a few disturbing the peace charges. He's taking odd jobs, delivering pizzas, reading meters, and he's still quiet, fading into the sticky bayou air. When people look back, they say he's unassuming, maybe awkward, and no one's thinking he's trouble. But in 97, something shifts. He starts killing, and it's not loud or showy. He's targeting men, mostly young, often black, sometimes gay or homeless, and he's luring them with offers of money or company. So it kicks off on July 13th, 1997, in Kenner, Louisiana, near New Orleans, and 19-year-old David Mitchell's the first. Ronald picks him up, probably from a bar or street, and he's got a method. He ties him up, strangles him, and leaves his body in a ditch off a back road. When police find David, they figure it's a one-time thing, maybe a robbery gone wrong, and it barely makes waves. But Ronald's just starting. He's testing his moves, and no one's piecing it together yet. He's right there in plain sight, and that's the wild part. Nobody spots the Bayou Strangler yet. So Ronald's moving now, and he's getting bolder. He's taking more lives, spreading across the bayous. In Jefferson Parish, right outside New Orleans, on October 1998, he meets Oliver LeBanks, a 27-year-old from the French Quarter, and it's the same routine. He lures him, ties him up, and strangles him with a cord or his hands. He leaves Oliver under an overpass, and when the body's found, police notice white hair on it. Ronald's, though they don't know it then. He's working areas like St. Charles Parish and Terrebonne Parish too, sugarcane fields, ditches, quiet spots, and by 2002 he's settled with his sister in a trailer in Bayou Blue, a tiny place between Houma and New Orleans. He's got a meter reading job, so he's driving around watching people, and that's when he finds 19-year-old Detrell Woods in late 2002. Ronald strangles him, dumps him and his bike in a reed field off Highway 316, and the body sits there until May 2003. Police think it's asthma at first, no crime suspected. But he keeps going. 23 men die between 97 and '06, and he's choosing guys on the edges. Drug users, hustlers, folks nobody's quick to miss. In October 2004, he brings 46-year-old Larry Matthews to his trailer with a drug offer, and when Larry overdoses, Ronald commits sexual assault, strangles him, and drives 20 miles to ditch the body. Here's the thing, he's not even hiding much, just counting on no one caring. On the streets of Houma or in bars near New Orleans, he's talking to guys, promising cash or company, and when they agree, he's got them. Police are finding bodies, 23 over 9 years, and they're starting to see strangulation patterns, but it's slow. Ronald's a shadow in the open, and that's how he keeps it, silent, creepy, and banking on the bayou to cover his tracks. Now it's 2006, and Ronald's still out there, 23 lives taken, from Kenner to Bayou Blue. But in mid-2006, something shifts when he tries his trick on Ricky Wallace in Bayou Blue. He's staying in that trailer with his sister, and he invites Ricky over, talks about drugs, a good time. When Ricky steps in, there's no party, just Ronald pushing to tie him up for control. Ricky's a drug user with a rough past, and he's not buying it. He takes off, and Ronald doesn't chase, just lets him go. But Ricky spills it, and in November 2006, he tells Terrebonne Parish Police what happened. They're wary. Ricky's not always reliable, but they're desperate, so they bring Ronald in for a talk. He's calm as can be, agrees to a blood sample, no fuss, and when they test it, it matches DNA from Oliver LeBanks and Manuel Reed, killed years back in Jefferson Parish. So on December 1st, 2006, they track him to a homeless shelter in Houma. He'd left his sister's place after the sample, sensing trouble. They grab him, and here's where it gets wild. He confesses, cool and steady. Sits there for hours, naming 23 murders, dates, places like Lafourche Parish and St. James Parish, and he even rides with sheriffs to show dump sites. He says he'd lure them, tie them, commit sexual assault, then strangle them, wanted power, hated being turned down, and he's almost proud of it. The trial's fast, September 23rd, 2008, in Terrebonne Parish Courthouse, and he pleads guilty to 8 counts to avoid execution. Gets 8 life sentences, no parole, and he's sent to Louisiana State Penitentiary in Angola, locked away for good. Police and the FBI call it one of the biggest serial cases ever, 23 confirmed, maybe more, and it's all from this quiet guy in the bayou. So Ronald's finished, caged in Angola, fading away, and the bayou's left stunned. He took 23 lives from 97 to '06, hitting places like New Orleans, Houma, and Bayou Blue, and when you count it up, it's teenagers to men in their 40s, mostly black, often gay or struggling, who didn't come back. Families packed this sentencing, 30 relatives weeping, shouting, and one brother says, "Hope you're gone soon." Ronald just sits there, blank. like it's nothing. In Thibodeau, where he grew up, folks can't wrap their heads around this choir kid turning killer. And in Jefferson Parish, where Oliver fell, detectives like Dennis Thornton and Don Bergeron are legends, cracked it when no one else could. But here's the strange part. It barely ripples outside Louisiana. He's the Bayou Strangler, outdoing most famous killers in body count, and it's quiet. Because his victims, they were overlooked. On back roads in Terrebonne or in the cane fields of Lafourche, those men didn't register, and Ronald knew it. So his story stays hushed. Oxygen's Mark of a Killer digs in during 2022, and Fred Rosen's book tags him Louisiana's worst, but it's no headline storm. He's serving life now, and the bayous got that eerie calm again. Let's recap here. In 97, Ronald Dominique strangled men across Louisiana's bayous, 23 dead by '06 from Houma to New Orleans. Caught in Bayou Blue via DNA, he confessed, and his spree ended with life in Angola. He was a quiet evil, finally unmasked. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.